What's up, everyone? Just purchased a new car. What is it? February 12th, 2020. I heard about this car around 5:30 p.m. and I picked it up around what? 9:30, 10? And now we're here already modding it. This is a 2008 BMW 335xi automatic with the premium wheels, I believe that's what they're called. We got a sport package with the paddle shifters. We got the winter package, so we have the heated seats and the rest mode, and the rear seats will come down. And it only has 112,000 miles on it. So it's a pretty clean car. Did buy it with a few issues, but nothing that I cannot fix with my tools and my knowledge and my skills. That sounded pretty cocky, but it's true. One thing that is missing is an oil cooler. So unfortunately, it does not have the oil cooler, which I'm really surprised about, because I thought all sport package came with the oil cooler, but I guess I'm wrong on that. Besides that, the car was bone stock. Well, except for what we're adding to it right now. 2 hours into owning the car, we are already installing a JB4. It's made by Berger Motorsports, if you're not familiar with it. Basically just taps into your stock DME or ECU, whatever you want to call it, and gives you some controls over it, gives you a few different map settings. You could actually make your make your fuel gauge and your oil temperature gauge into a timing gauge or a boost gauge or whatever you want to do. So it's pretty cool. A lot of tuning options for these N54 vehicles. But just because we had the JB4 laying around, we want to put it on and see how it reacts to it. I did buy this car with the misfire code. It has not come back on, so I feel like if I put it on map 1, give it a little gas, reset the adaptations, I'll get that misfire code back and we can figure out what's wrong with the car and go ahead and fix it. The car actually does make the build date for the recall. So it is 10/07, and I believe, what is it, November of 07? That's when they stopped it. So I am expecting to get new injectors on this once that recall happens, and I hope that's going to fix that misfire as well. But yeah, we're going to do this, and we'll see how this car reacts to it. Mr. H back here with the new hand model. We're finishing up the JB4 install, and honestly, it was pretty simple. This is my first time doing it. My other car, the sedan, already came with the JB4 on there. I know a lot of people are like, oh, JB4 is inferior to all flash, but I like it. I ran 11s with just the JB4 and a back end flash. So, and my friend here, Howard, what's up? He ran with the bone stock 335i coupe, rear wheel drive automatic, and a JB4 and map 5. He ran a 12.9.
With 5 gallons of E85.
With 5 gallons of E85, so with the E30 mix as well. But everything else is bone stock on that car. So realistically, just by doing this, what took us 30 minutes to install this JB4, we just made this car a 12-second car, in my opinion. Like I said, I ran 11.9s. The all-wheel drive automatics tend to be a little bit better at achieving times at the quarter mile, because you're going to have to worry about the traction issues. So yeah. What we're going to do now is we're going to do the Golf T mod, where you take the vacuum line off of this left side exhaust little vacuum control flapper thing, and you just pretty much add a Golf T in it, so the vacuum, you don't have a vacuum leak. And it just keeps this open all the way so your car sounds better. This is already making rattling noises, so I hope that's going to eliminate that. So let's get at that. Got the light. We got our vacuum line right over here in case you ever wanted to do it yourself. Twist the crust off and pull down just like that. And what they say is you're supposed to add a Golf T in there just to clog it up. We don't have that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quick fold and just zip tie it for now. 2 zip ties usually work well. This should be fine though. This is temporary because obviously it's like 12:30 at night. I'll get a Golf T tomorrow. We're going to see if this is going to eliminate our problem. So that's folded over. I could have even done 2 folds if I wanted to. That probably would have made more sense, but again, temporary. And you just put that up out the way. And voila. The car should sound a lot better now. We'll see. Next step is replacing this bushing that was completely messed up. So I use this puller to pop it off the ball joint. These ball joints last pretty well. So, and all we're gonna do is install this new arm with the polyurethane bushing on it. And that way you don't have to worry about the stock bushings always giving out, which is a common issue with these cars, as you can tell. I put brand new ones and they went out within the past few months. So these are from Poland. I forgot the company's name, but I pre-ordered them. I pre-ordered a bunch of them just so I have them in stock. And yeah, this will be a nice upgrade over the stock. Okay, it's been a crazy first 24 hours with this car. Still hasn't been 24 hours. It was running fine, but now it's driving like complete crap. Really slow. Has misfire codes for about 3 cylinders. So what I just did right now is I went ahead and got some plugs, the NGK ones. The code is 97968. This is what you can get from FCP Euro as well, but I get this kind of AutoZone anyway. So I went there, and yeah, I'm gonna figure out what this misfire is, whether it's injectors, if it's coil packs. It looks like it's all of bank 1 misfiring. The car has no power at all. I checked the charge pipe because I thought the charge pipe blew. It wasn't that. So we'll see. I'm gonna do 6 spark plugs. I have some Delphi ignition coils waiting for it as well, so I'll put 6 of those in there. I might swap out a few injectors. I have some spare injectors, and I have my injector tool in hand with me as well. Yeah, right now this car is, I'm flooring it right now. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, so I gotta get to the shop and we'll see if I can fix it before 24 hours. That means I fixed everything that this car had a problem with. The misfires, the control arm, and I tuned it. So wish me luck. We'll see what happens. Well, look where we are back at. I finally got 7 codes out of the car. A bunch of misfire codes, random cylinder misfire code, and then 1 code specifically stuck out. It was a 30BA, which is something to do with the injectors, or like an injector driver, or like a DME failure or something like that. And it clicked to me right then and there. The way the car was driving in that code kind of gave me a hint that the MOSFETs, or one or a few of the MOSFETs in the DME, went bad. And the reason I'm assuming that is because on my 2007 BMW, the same thing happened. Unfortunately for me back then, I was super confused and I was new to the BMW scene, so I thought I had to spend $1,000 on an ECU. But I ended up just buying a hot air soldering gun and fixed it myself for pretty cheap, and I bought extra MOSFETs. So this, even though it's kind of a big issue, it might be a quick fix for me, and it might be actually fixed tomorrow, and this car should be running great. So what I'm gonna do right now is pull out this DME again. We did this last night, and I have it back out. I'm gonna open her up, and I'm gonna test for the MOSFETs. Now, if you ever have to do the test yourself, I'll make another video on this if you'd like. Just comment below if you like that video. But pretty much all you gotta do is pry these open and test it out, and let's get that going and see what we have to work with. All right, I use my BMW OEM MOSFET cover pry tool to pry off my tabs from the back cover. And now I have this. Here are MOSFETs. I believe these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are injector MOSFETs from what I remember. But pretty much all we're gonna do is keep our voltmeter in continuity. I'm gonna put 1 lead in the center, and then 1 lead to the left. Well, now you can see my meter. I was covering it up. But yeah, as I was saying, also I figured out which ones each were. So this is injector 1, injector 2, injector 3, injector 4, injector 5, and injector 6. But put 1 lead in the center, 1 lead to the left, and you should have no continuity. So OL means no continuity. Do that to the rest of them. I already did. And I found out that a number 2, you'll see that one's to the center, that one's to the left, and boom, I have 0. We got about 62 ohms, 63 ohms of resistance. So that one's bad. I already labeled it bad. And again, I checked all the other ones, and none of the other ones had continuity. So I know that MOSFET's bad. And that's pretty much going to conclude our 24-hour challenge. It is now the next day at 10:21, so we're a little before the 24-hour mark. We bought the car. It was running like crap. Miraculously, on the way home, it just fixed itself and it was driving beautifully. So, us being us, we decide to put a JB4 on it and run it at 16 psi with the E30 mix, and it was running great all night. And then this morning it was running great, and then after I got off work, it was running great. Then I went and signed and closed on a house, which was great. Then on the way back, it started misfiring on me a little bit. Okay, so I parked it at home. Let it sit for 2 hours, and then on my way back to work, the car started to misfire really, really bad. Finally got a bunch of codes and realized there was a MOSFET gone bad. So it's been a very eventful 24 hours for this car, and I'm not sad about anything because it's been a fun adventure. I'm really happy with the purchase. Thank you for watching, and if you want to stay tuned with the car, just come back to look at more videos I will post on it within the next week or two. Helpful Car Tips out.